A few years ago, a teacher and his young student were traveling together on foot. The teacher was wise and calm, and the student respected him deeply. As they walked along a dusty road under the hot sun, they began to feel incredibly thirsty. After a while, they came across a huge piece of farmland. The land was wide and looked fertile, like it could grow anything. But strangely, the field was almost completely empty. There were no healthy plants, no vegetables, no signs of life at all. And in the middle of this vast empty land stood a small broken-down house. The teacher and student walked up to the house and knocked. A thin man opened the door. Behind him stood his wife and 3 small children, all wearing old torn clothes. Their faces showed signs of struggle, but they greeted the travelers with kindness. The teacher said, "Brother, we are travelers and we are very thirsty. Can we please have some water?" Without a moment's hesitation, the man brought them water. As they drank, the teacher looked at the empty land again and gently asked, "Your land is so large and fertile. Why don't you grow any crops? How do you support your family?" The man replied honestly, "We have 1 buffalo. It gives us milk every day. We drink some and sell the rest in the village. That is how we survive." The teacher just nodded quietly. As the sun began to set, the teacher asked if they could stay for the night. The man welcomed them with open arms. "You are our guests. Please stay." That night, everyone went to sleep in the simple house. The wind whistled through the cracks in the walls, and the buffalo was tied up outside. In the middle of the night, the teacher woke his student. "Wake up," he whispered. The student opened his eyes, confused. Then the teacher said something that shocked him to his core. "We are leaving now, and before we go, untie their buffalo and lead it far away into the jungle." The student sat up in disbelief. "What?" he whispered back. "Guruji, you've always taught me to help people, not harm them. That buffalo is their only support. How will they survive without it?" The teacher's voice was calm but firm. "Do as I say." The student's heart was heavy. He didn't understand, but he trusted his teacher completely. He believed there had to be a reason. So, silently, they went outside, untied the buffalo, and led it deep into the jungle, far away from the house. Then, they left and continued their journey before the sun came up. The student never forgot that night. Years passed. 10 long years went by. The student grew older and wiser, and eventually became a teacher himself. But deep inside, one memory always troubled him. The night they took away that poor family's only buffalo. One day, he decided he had to go back. He needed to see what had happened to them. He wanted to apologize and help them if they were struggling. After traveling for days, he finally reached the same area. But when he arrived, he stopped in shock. The empty land he remembered was gone. In its place were rows and rows of healthy crops waving in the wind. There were tall fruit trees loaded with mangoes and guavas, and in the center stood a large, beautiful house. The student was completely confused. Maybe the poor family sold the land and left, he thought sadly, and turned to leave. Just then, he saw a familiar face. It was the same man, but he looked so different. He was healthier, his clothes were clean, and his face radiated confidence, not helplessness. The student walked up to him. "Maybe you don't remember me. I came here many years ago with my teacher. We stayed in your house for 1 night. The man looked at him closely and then smiled. "Yes, I remember. You left early in the morning without saying goodbye." The student's heart pounded in his chest. He asked softly, "What happened after that?" The man took a deep breath. "That same day, our buffalo disappeared. We searched everywhere, but we never found it." The student lowered his eyes, filled with guilt. The man continued, "At first, I was broken. I felt completely hopeless. The buffalo was our only source of income. I didn't know what to do. For days, I was just angry at fate." He paused for a moment, and then a smile spread across his face. "But then I realized something. I had land. I had 2 hands. I had my strength. I just never really used them. So I started cutting wood from the forest and selling it in the market. With that small amount of money, I bought seeds and started growing crops. The first harvest wasn't very big, but it was enough to survive. The next season, I worked even harder. I learned new farming methods, and the crops improved. I earned more. Then I planted fruit trees. It took time, years of patience. But today, I'm the biggest fruit seller in this entire area. Traders come from far away just to buy from me." The student listened, completely captivated. The man looked around proudly at his land and said, "When I had the buffalo, my life was comfortable. Not rich, not successful, just comfortable." I never tried to do more. I was lazy. I depended entirely on that one animal. When it disappeared, I had no choice. I had to push myself. I had to discover what I was really capable of. He looked at the student and said something incredibly powerful. Sometimes, what we think is our biggest support is actually the very thing that limits us. Tears welled up in the student's eyes. He finally understood his teacher's lesson from all those years ago. The buffalo wasn't just an animal. It was comfort. It was dependency. It was a small safety net that stopped the man from ever reaching his true potential. And this story isn't just about that farmer. It's about all of us. So many times in life, we have our own buffalo. It could be a job we don't like but are too afraid to leave. It could be a bad habit that keeps us average. It could be fear. It could be laziness. It could be the excuses we tell ourselves, like this is enough or I can't do more. As long as we depend on that small comfort, we will never discover our true strength. Growth begins where comfort ends. Success begins when excuses end. The farmer didn't become successful because he was lucky. He became successful because he was forced to act. And once he acted, he realized his own power. So, ask yourself honestly, is there something in your life that feels safe, but is actually holding you back? Is there a buffalo you're holding on to just because it feels comfortable? Maybe it's time to be brave. Maybe it's time to let go, because sometimes, losing one small support opens the door to a much, much bigger future. You might think you will fall, but maybe, just maybe, you will learn to fly. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of hard work. You will feel uncomfortable at first, but on the other side of that discomfort could be the best version of your life. Be brave, let go of what limits you, and go build the life you truly deserve. Thanks for watching.